Hey there, good morning. My name is Kimberly Ann. This is going to be a PMM and a different kind of one, which is good. I'm going to face it straight to the computer where I have a few things pulled up. And just so that you know, we can all look up truth and find the exact details concerning everything. And so I found all of this in less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Of course, I already knew that these things were true, what was not true. And so this man right here, where's my finger? That man right there, Officer Tatum. I love this guy. He is a retired police officer. And so this is what he does. He loves God. He loves truth. And yeah, he gets, really fired up about, blatant lies and things that are wrong and people calling evil good and good evil. And so he went ahead and took at least 4 things out of the debate that just took place, and he debunked those. Now, it's sitting here, as you can see, lie number 2 about Charlottesville. That's not the one that we're going to touch on today. The one we're going after today is what President Trump said during the debate on abortion. He said at least probably 3 to 4 things, which were all correct. To which Kamala went, come on, and that's not true. That's what she said, both of those things. And the moderator also attempted to correct President Trump and say it wasn't true. Well, all of these things were true. So let's go on ahead and let's play this right now for you so you can hear what was said. Then we'll stop this and then we'll go to the things that I found to show you. And here we go.
And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response to President Trump.
There's no exception. There was a very contentious committee hearing yesterday when Fairfax County...
Listen.
And this is when Donald Trump was talking about the former governor. This is him talking about abortion after birth.
Will she allow abortion in the 8th month, 9th month, 7th month?
Come on.
Okay, would you do that? Why don't
She wouldn't answer.
Why
don't you answer the question? Would you
because
veto?
under Roe v.
She knows the rules in Colorado.
You could do abortions in the 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th
That's
month,
not true.
and probably after birth. Just look at the governor, former governor of Virginia. The governor of Virginia said we put the baby aside and then we determine what we want to do with the baby.
President Delegate Kathy Tran made
Listen.
her case for lifting restrictions on 3rd trimester abortions,
Yep.
as well as other restrictions now in place. And she was pressed by a Republican delegate about whether her bill would permit an abortion, even as a woman is essentially dilating, ready to give birth. And she answered that it would permit an abortion at that stage of labor.
Would
support her measure
permit.
and explain her answer.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
The woman is dilating.
Speak for Delegate Tran, but I would tell you first thing I would say, this is why decisions such as this should be made by providers, physicians, and the
Keep listening. He's going to tell you. It's
mothers,
exactly what
and
President
fathers
Trump
that,
said.
that are involved. There are, when we talk about 3rd trimester abortions, these are done with the consent of obviously the mother, with the consent of the physicians, more than one physician, by the way. And it's done in cases where there may be severe deformities, there may be a fetus that's non-viable. So in this particular example, if a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired.
And then
a discussion would ensue between the physicians
while the baby
and
lays
mother.
there.
So I think this
outside.
was really blown out of proportion. But again, we want the government not to be involved in these types of decisions. We want the decision to be made by the mothers and their providers. And this is why, Julie, that legislators, most of whom are men, by the way, shouldn't be telling a woman what she should and shouldn't be doing with her body.
And do you think multiple physicians should have to weigh in as is currently required? She's trying to lift that requirement.
Well, I think it's always good to get a second opinion and for at least 2 providers to be involved in that decision because, these decisions shouldn't be taken lightly, and so I would certainly support.
Just so you know, what President Trump said is true.
Go back to the phones now for the governor.
Now wait,
We're
listen
gonna
to
talk
this.
now with Mike, who's calling.
We're going to call the abortion facility.
There's an
and I'm
F-bomb
gonna tell
coming,
them
I apologize.
I'm pregnant with a 32-week fetus, as you say. Hi, I just turned 32 weeks pregnant. Am I able to come in for an abortion ASAP?
I wouldn't be able to see until week of the 23rd, so that will put you at 34 weeks.
Can I still have an abortion at 34 weeks?
Yes, ma'am. I just have to do an intake. Do you have about 5 minutes?
Sure, I have 5 minutes. Yeah, I just found out that she could have Down syndrome. I can still have the abortion, right, even though she has Down syndrome?
Yeah, so we just have to do an intake because the doctor...
It doesn't
Sorry for that word there. Okay.
That's late-term abortion, ma'am. That's abortion
Yes.
in the 8th month of
Yes.
pregnancy. That's discriminatory based on someone's genetic code. She just confirmed she would commit an abortion on me with my child who's viable and can live outside the womb.
They didn't push back on at all. They came out and said there is no state in the union that allows this. I just showed 2 clips.
And Colorado does.
How
I'll
can
show
the
you.
moderators not fact check this?
Come
They
on.
actually fact checked the complete
Ridiculous.
lie.
Yes.
Here's another thing. Governor Tim Walz, babies born alive in botched abortions were left to die.
All right, and then we're going to leave that right there, okay? Now, let me show you. I watched this documentary. Okay, in Colorado, there are no gestational limits on abortion, and that means abortion is allowed at any stage of pregnancy. Important that you see this number of results here. See that? You see how many results there are? So for anyone to say, well, the information is just not out there, it's all out there. You just got to find it. But this is the man right here. Warren Hearn is one of the country's few late-term abortion doctors, and he performs abortions in Colorado. Hold up. Let me see here. What do we got? Let me look at this one. Okay, that's that one. Okay, next one. You can find him on Wikipedia. We know how old he is, how long he's been performing these. He has an abortion clinic in Boulder, Colorado. And so I'm just letting you know that Colorado is. So even if it were to be just one, but I looked at a map and it tells you all the states that do perform late-term abortions, and there were many. It goes state by state. You can look up a map. You can look. You can do your research. And so hold on. Let me just go down on this page, all right? A little bit about his background, where he's from, so on and so forth. What's this? Yeah, and it tells more about him. Oh, so what I was going to tell you is, here is the man who he is when he started. He's a little bit older than these pictures show right now. And he talks a bit about so on and so forth. Okay, so this right here, it's very interesting. Right before the debate, I was just flipping through the channels, and so I saw, I believe this is NBC News. Yes. And I watched this right before the debate. And I'm like, oh my word. So how interesting was it that I watched this? He was talking about the late-term abortions that he performed and some of the women and so on and so forth. And I watched this whole thing and I'm like, oh my word. And then right after that, the debate came on. So I'm like, well, that was very timely. So just so that you know, you can go look that up. Let me find, what's this one? Oh, okay. And so that's him. Then if I were to roll down on this one, hold up. A different kind of political ministry moment today that's kind of blurry just because it's taking a video of the screen, but it just tells about this man. And oh, so I want to focus in on this. The gal who interviewed him said he spent the next 2.5 hours of our dinner correcting me, saying a baby is a fetus until it is born alive. He performs late-term abortions. Oh, wait, let's go back. Hold up. In Colorado, there are no gestational limits on abortion, and that means abortion is allowed at any stage of pregnancy. And this doctor who you just saw in Colorado believes that that baby is not even alive in there. Not alive at all. It's just a big fetus. It's a baby that is alive. Now, you saw on this video here, I want to point you to him because he's very amazing. I do watch him. I encourage you to watch him too. He's a very passionate man. He is a retired police officer. And so this is what he does all day, you know, considers that his ministry and thing to do. And so he looks up all of this information. And so, you know, follow him, listen to him. And so he went through after the debate and he went and got the information for you, did it for you, which is what we saw. So you can see the title. Where's my finger again? Right down here. You can look up that title, Officer Tatum, on YouTube, and then you can go through these yourself. But this is what we're going to do. After this one, we're going to hit 2 more of the ones that he has information for, because he has it right there for you. And then, you know, I can look up some things online again as I did so that you can see. So I'm so glad that God had me hold off to do the PMM, the political ministry moment, until today, because I was going to chat with you yesterday and, you know, discuss with you the news that I found. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me just show you right straight on the screen what was said by President Trump, which was absolutely all true. What Kamala said, which was, oh, come on, and that's not true. And the moderator said, there is no state that does, oh, come on. So all of them, right? Moderators lied, and they know that they did. They know Kamala lied, and the one they said lied is the one who didn't lie, and that was President Trump. Each thing he said concerning abortion was true, just so that you know. So our subject matter today was the subject matter of abortion. And during the debate,